To understand everything we've learned about 4x4s in the last 50 years, you don't have to do all this. Just come to a Land Rover Center.
At Terry York's Land Rover Encino, the fun is just beginning when you drive off the lot. Let's go on a trip with our off-road club.
Every month, Terry York Land Rover plans an off-road excursion for our customers and prospective clients. This is an opportunity to learn firsthand what these amazing vehicles can do and see some spectacular scenery on those less traveled paths. Let's go along in this trip to beautiful Lake Arrowhead. It's a beautiful day here in the San Bernardino Mountains, just 85 miles east of Los Angeles.
We'll make sure everyone's in. For those with a new style Range Rover, basically.
Before we hit the trail, we get some important safety tips from Land Rover's certified experts. Even with all the safety features that make a Land Rover unmatched, the most important is driver skill. And you can really benefit from their expertise and the hands-on teaching.
Today we're out in Lake Arrowhead. This is Deep Creek Trail. This is one of the more difficult trails around in this area.
Okay then, let's head them up and move them out. As we proceed down Deep Creek Trail to where only the few have gone before us, we come to our first challenge.
Today we came down this big mountain over here. It was a lot of fun. At one point you were straight down in your seat.
With a higher center of gravity, your Land Rover has greater ground clearance, which makes a trek over impassable mountain trails possible. For first-timers and old hands alike, taking that first hill is quite a thrill. Now, you're really eager to forge ahead. You say your Land Rover comes with permanent four-wheel drive? Uh-oh, aren't we forgetting one of those wheels here? Don't worry, with electronic traction control, having a wheel off the ground is no problem. When this occurs, more power is provided to the non-spinning wheel, increasing its driving force. Like I said, no problem.
I let my husband drive down and I walked down it, but he had no problem.
Land Rover has been dedicated to making nothing but 4x4s for over 50 years, and that experience has resulted in the safest sports utility vehicles available. Of course, some things you learn by doing. Steep grade? So what?
Go ahead, will you? Go straight. I couldn't agree more.
Tackling this ravine epitomizes what the Land Rover experience is all about.
It was a major challenge. You got to the top and you're just looking down. You can't see anything. You're just relying on your spotters. You got both feet on the brakes and you're just starting to slide a little and your spotters are, pointing you here, and boy, you really have to trust the guys here. Really trust them to get you going the right direction, and it was pretty exciting.
Definitely smoother than a roller coaster, but just as exciting. Land Rover's state-of-the-art front and rear suspension system really makes a difference in ride comfort.
Well, I've been on various different types of terrain and various vehicles, such as Jeeps, Broncos, Blazers, and today I was extremely impressed with the performance of the Range Rovers, all the models, the Discoveries, the large models, the Defenders, and they just held up. They were sturdy vehicles and they didn't shake, rattle, or roll. They just creeped right on down with no problem.
4x4 enthusiasts aren't like other car owners, and as you can see, are quite adventurous. Owning a Land Rover undoubtedly means meeting other interesting people and is another added bonus to an enjoyable outing. Even as diverse as their backgrounds may be, they share that love of nature and freedom of mobility that exemplifies the off-road experience. Does that sound like you? Just when you think nothing can top this, we get a real treat as we round the bend. Now the name, Deep Creek Trail, has some real significance for us as we behold the beautiful surroundings and the challenge it presents as well. Did you say slippery when wet? According to whom? Your Land Rover low-range gear doubles the torque to the drive wheels and makes the difference between stuck in Deep Creek without a paddle or back at Lake-Arrowhead Lodge having a great meal by the fireplace. Now that was a weekend adventure to remember. As you have just seen with a Land Rover, the pavement is only a choice, not a necessity. And the Off-Road Club is just one of the benefits you receive at Terry York Land Rover in Encino. Just like Land Rovers are unlike any other sports utility vehicles, our dealership is like no other dealership.
Now that was even more exciting than driving on the 101 freeway. So grab a hat and join us on our next off-road adventure.